Consider this an invitation to my gangster niggas.
This game right here is rough as fuck. These hoes out here about the bucks. These fools out here afraid to bust. I have no fear, afraid of what? And with my peers I'm coming up. Fools talk real loud but don't run up.
Alright, what's up guys? So today I'm going to show you the last day on my split, which is my arm day. Before I do that though, I just want to show you the new drop from YOUNGLA. They've been coming out with some like non-gym stuff, so which is kind of fire. I kind of like it. So I'm going to show you right now. So first off, we have these new bathing suits, and they're pretty fire, except, not except, a hidden feature in it, which I'll show you outside right now. Like, you dump water on it, or like when you get into a pool, because it's a bathing suit, it like turns to like a different pattern. So since I don't really feel like going down to the pool right now, splash a little water on it, and it comes out with a different design. You can tell if you see that.
Oh, yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of sick. So that's the first thing. Alright. And then second, they have these shirts that they're putting out too, which is this nice like silk material kind of. And I think they're called the Tulum shirts. So it's like for going to the beach or going by the pool or something. So feels good. Feels like loose. Also, we got this new mirror too up here. But yeah. Kind of sick. So this is the second piece right here. This is an XL, by the way. All right, last up we have this set. So it's like these white, I think it's linen. They're linen pants and then linen shirt, large pants, and then extra large shirt. I like to put the shirt like this a little bit. But yeah, these are my favorite things from the drop. Code BRINKZ to save you some money as always, and let's get into this arm day now. All right, so the time has come. This is the final day on my split. So this is my full arm day. It's all we do is just biceps, triceps, and forearms. And this is kind of the day that's a little bit different than the rest of them. So if you've been watching all the previous videos on the split, everything is pretty structured and standardized in terms of like the sets and reps and exercise selection. When it comes to arm day though, I tend to mix it up a lot. I've always found that training arms can kind of get just a little bit boring. So something I like to do is try new gyms on my arm days, or at least go to just a different gym other than my normal gym that I train at. And then I'll also mix up the workouts. Sometimes I'll start with biceps like I do today, and then go into triceps and then forearms. Sometimes I will alternate bicep work with tricep work, bicep work, tricep work, or sometimes I'll just start with triceps and then end with biceps. And additionally, I'll use different intensifier techniques such as different types of drop sets, rest pause, cluster sets, and stuff like that. But overall, the one same principle applies to every single day on the split, including this one, and that's just training to failure every single working set. Now, as for today's workout, all of the sets and reps for each exercise are going to be pretty similar. So I did 3 sets for everything, biceps, triceps, forearms, and then for biceps and triceps, I do 2 sets of about 6 to 10 reps. Those are like my heavy sets. And for that final set, I will do kind of like a back off set. I'll aim for a little bit higher reps, so 10 to 12 or 10 to 15. And then after I hit the 10 to 12 or 10 to 15 reps, I will do a double or triple drop set. So that's basically meaning I just drop the weight, go to failure, drop the weight, go to failure, drop the weight, go to failure. And that's how I finish every exercise for biceps and triceps. But yeah, so the videos you're watching right now, the preacher curl, that's the first exercise I do. I've been really enjoying starting with preacher curl. I feel like it just gives me a really solid pump right off the bat. Yeah.
Good, finish.
And then the second exercise for biceps for today, I do some dumbbell hammer curls. So usually I will either do a dumbbell hammer curl or a rope hammer curl on the cable machine. Today I just did this, and yeah, like I said, same thing. 2 heavy sets and then 1 back off set with a whole bunch of drop sets. And then a big thing here, I see all the time done in different gyms that I go to. When doing any like dumbbell bicep exercise, I always see a lot of people that just swing the weight up and use a whole bunch of momentum. And doesn't mean your form has to be absolutely perfect, especially for something like bicep curls. I think that cheating a little bit and using a little bit of momentum is totally fine, especially in like the later reps. But if you're not feeling your bicep work at all and you're just swinging it like uncontrollably, then you're not going to get any of the results you want. And then also something I like to do at the end of each of these sets is finish with some partials, just till failure.
Good, dude.
All right, and then the last exercise that I did for biceps today was just this bicep curl machine. I don't even know what it's called or anything, but like I said, I like to try different machines when I go to different gyms when I do my arm day, and I just felt like doing this today. A lot of times, like if I was at my regular gym, what I would probably do is a curl on an incline bench, or maybe even like a spider curl. But yeah, I like these machines that I've been seeing them at like some EOS's, and I think I saw it at like a Lifetime or something. But yeah, it's a good finisher for the biceps. So now getting into the tricep work, I almost always start off with a straight bar push down on a cable stack. So I just feel like this is a good way to start off my tricep work, get warmed up, work up to my sets. So I do like 3 or 4 warm-up sets, and then similar to how I start with the preacher curl for bicep, I just feel like I get like a really good pump right off the bat after doing these. So that's kind of why I do them. It's like just kind of like my bread and butter. So like I said, I almost always will do some type of preacher curl for my biceps on arm day, and then I'll always do like a straight bar push down, and then everything else is kind of like up in the air. And again, 2 top heavy sets to start off, and then 1 final set with 2 or 3 drop sets till failure. And I don't know, I feel like all of the bicep and tricep exercises are pretty self-explanatory in terms of like form and execution. It's pretty simple. I mean, just push down and control the negative, and I mean there's not really much to it. That's really it. So yeah. Alright, and then next up, you've probably seen me do these before. These are just cable crossovers for the triceps. Actually, my favorite way to do these is with single arm instead of double. I feel like I can get a better contraction and mind muscle connection just focusing on one arm at a time. But today I just did both. And also something else I like to do is I'll use 2 ropes. So I'll tie a rope to each end of the cable thing, and then I'll pull it through so it's a little bit shorter. And instead of just like gripping like how I am in this video, I'll like kind of brace my hand against the end of the rope, so I'm not like relying on my grip strength, and it's just like pushing against the rope, so it's a little bit easier to do the exercise. They don't have many ropes here, so I just do it like that. But yeah, it's just something small. Alright, so the last exercise for the triceps is this JM press. Shout out to Bronson if you're watching right now. He's the one that showed me this a couple months back. So usually how I would finish my arm days, I used to just do some type of skull crusher to finish. So that's a dumbbell, single arm dumbbell skull crusher, or easy bar skull crusher. It's kind of what I would finish with. But I've been doing this recently, and I mean the stretch it gets on your triceps is crazy, and yeah, I've been loving it. I mean, it's kind of similar to a skull crusher. I guess you're just not really going past like over your head, so you're just coming down to your neck, trying your best to keep those elbows like kind of tucked in to your body, and then coming down to your neck, like I said, and then just pressing up through your triceps. Give it a shot. It's honestly one of my favorite exercises I've been doing right now. So yeah, and then like the rest of them, same thing. 2 heavy sets and then 1 back off set, and I'll do a drop set with it too. Oh, and I totally forgot. This is actually the last thing I did for triceps today, and I actually usually finish with this as well. I don't really count this as like the other stuff I do. I just do 2 sets to failure. Just dips on a bench. So yeah, usually you'll see people do dips on like the pull-up, I think that comes out of like the pull-up machine, or there's like dip machines as well. I've never really been a fan of either of those types of dips, a machine dip or like a regular dip. I've always felt my triceps way better when I'm doing it on a bench like this. But I mean, yeah, I really don't know why I like it better, but I do. So if you want to try something new out, try these out to finish for tricep work. Okay, and then into the forearm work that I do. So this gym, apparently they just got this machine. I've never used this before, but this is something that I usually do with an easy curl bar or like a straight bar. And usually instead of like being on this machine, I'll have just like a bench. So I'll put my knees down on the ground, put my forearms on the bench, and then have the easy bar in my hand, like laying off with my hands. And then, you know, it's just a reverse wrist curl. So I usually start with these, and I'll do like 3 sets of 10 to 15. Alright, and then usually what I do to finish the forearms is a behind the back wrist curl. So it's kind of working that inner part of your forearm as opposed to the outer part, like we were doing the first exercise. But I found this exercise that I'm doing here maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago on TikTok. Just some guy doing it, and honestly it feels insane. So instead of pulling down for your back, you're just curling in with like your wrist and your forearms, and it feels crazy. So try it out, let me know what you think. Yeah, that's basically it for the entire arm day. Hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys in the next one.
Shirt fit. It's the goal. The moment.
Armed and dangerous, ain't too many can bang with us. Straight up, we no angel dust. Label us notorious. Thug ass niggas that love to bust. It's strange to us, y'all niggas be scrambling, gambling. I'm restaurants with mandolins and violins. We just sitting here trying to win, trying not to sin. High off weed and lots of gin. So